Hi, Dave Holcomb here for FootballNation.com. The Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing the third and final installment this season of the ever-growing London series in the NFL. This year was the first season that 3 games were taking place in London, and 2 weeks ago was the first time that the NFL put a game in London at 9:30 on the East Coast. According to BritViewNFL.com, that game between the Lions and Falcons got a 6.6 Nelson rating. In other words, it got 7.6 million viewers. Now, how does that stand up against other Sunday games? Fox drew a 12.3 rating the same Sunday afternoon, and CBS got a 10.6 and a 13.0 rating that same day in its doubleheader. Now, the 6.6, not quite as good as those other ratings, but it still was double the amount of viewers that Fox would have gotten if it just put on its regular pregame show. This idea of putting London games on at 9:30 in the morning is something that the NFL is going to continue to have to continue to explore, even though the Cowboys and Jaguars game this weekend is not at 9:30. It's at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock local time in London. But for the coming seasons, this is something that they really need to continue to do again. I am someone that has been against London expansion. I don't think relocating a team or expanding a team to London is a very good idea. There's too many issues doing that. For instance, the traveling costs for each team. Relocating players and their families. Will they be willing to go? Well, you have to pay them more money. And the money that you do pay them, what currency do you pay them in? Pounds or dollars? Now, Roger Goodell, the commissioner, and the rest of the league, their number one goal is to make as much money as possible. So if they believe moving a team to London will increase the revenue for the league, they will try and figure out all of these issues and do it anyway. Let me remind you that Roger Goodell has set the lofty goal of increasing the NFL's profits from $9 billion per year to $25 billion per season by the year 2027. So in the next decade and a half, Goodell wants to nearly triple the NFL's income. Putting this game in London at 9:30 in the morning is one way that he can get closer to that goal, and actually it works out pretty well for the fans as well. Here's my proposal. Rather than putting a permanent team in London, play 8 random regular season games at Wembley every season. If necessary, make the schedule 18 weeks and put an additional bye to help out with the traveling. You have 8 games per season at London. That means 16 teams go over there every single season. Each team plays over at Wembley every other year, and every 4 years, each team loses a home game to playing in London. You put all of those 8 games at 9:30 in the morning, because those ratings, if they told you nothing else, told you that fans would rather watch a live NFL game than a regular pregame show. The TV networks are happy because they're going to get a bigger audience putting a live NFL game on air rather than one of their pregame shows. And the league is extremely happy because they get to sell this game that they put on at 9:30 in the morning to the television networks, while also tapping into this London market, selling tickets over there, selling merchandise, maybe even working on television contracts over in London and in Great Britain at future dates. And they get to do all of this without the messy relocations of putting a team permanently in London. Now, there's going to be 5 games in London next season, even more than this year. It keeps growing and growing. I propose you put all 5 at 9:30 in the morning. What do you think? 5 games at 9:30 in the morning, is that a good idea for next season's schedule? You can write a comment at the bottom of this article or tweet at me, DM HOLCOMB, or always email me, holcombmdavid@gmail.com. This is a topic that I've been discussing for a long time on my podcast, Monday Morning Huddle, and we'll continue to monitor it on the show. You can hear me on Monday Morning Huddle every Monday morning on footballnation.com.